What is happening? What is happening? Welcome to the Vape Hot Tub. I'm your host. One of your hosts. What the hell's on your head, Charlie? I'm BlackCat. What's on your head, Charlie? What the hell is that? What is on your head? You snuck that on before we went live.
I should probably unmute. It's a taco.
You muted? You trying to ruin the fucking show already?
I was pulling a Scott. Just trying to fit in.
Show.
Are we still? Are you sure we're not muted?
We're not muted. No,
okay.
Joe. Charlie. Listen.
Yeah.
This show is professionally done. Professionally. It's a professional show. I don't want any joking around. I want to get to the news. I want it to be tip top. I want it to be the best show on it's the best show on the YouTube. I told you that, didn't I?
It already is.
In the world, man.
I talked to the YouTube executives.
This is my professional face. This is a professional taco hat.
Fucking awesome.
I don't know if you knew that.
Charlie, we got a guest. Did you see the guest we got over here?
Oh shit.
By the way, Mountaineer Vapes. What's up, Mountaineer Vapes? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Welcome to the hot tub.
Hey, nice to be here. It's nice and warm. I like it.
It is warm. Bubbly, isn't it?
I put my toes in, and I dove right on in, man.
Right. Pants prohibited in this hot tub.
Sure.
I'll tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. I was impressed when you got in the hot tub earlier.
Oh, dude, I had to. Dove in.
I was Charlie. I saw Charlie's eyes go, holy cow. Brought some vapes in here.
Yep.
Came down from the mountains just for you guys.
Yeah, it's nice to have someone with smooth cheeks in the hot tub for a change.
Sure.
Not a beard. That's rare around here in the vape community.
Extra smooth.
Goddamn right. So Mountaineer Vapes, you're from, we were talking a little bit earlier, you're from West Virginia? Is that right?
Yep. From West Virginia. I know. I seen you wearing a Browns hat. I was slightly feeling bad for you, but actually optimistic. Actually.
What do you mean? You feel bad for a Browns fan? Really? Why?
No. I'm just joking.
Oh, I was gonna say because I mean they're the most winningest team.
Sure.
Ever in the NFL. A lot of people who watch here have no idea what NFL football is, and I just keep telling them that the Browns are really good.
I think you should stick with that. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They're better than the Steelers, actually.
You would. I mean, they might be the winningest team, being that the NFL's rigged and
sure
you do rigged giveaways there in Ohio, so it makes sense.
I rigged their games.
Yeah.
The Vape, we rigged their games.
To win, right?
So look, you two, I've got to keep this show on track. Okay?
Sure, like a train, man.
So, being our guest, Mr. Mountaineer Vapes, what are you vaping on today, my friend? Okay,
I am using the Convergent on top of the VTN box.
Ooh.
I got the ELiquid sitting on top of the Lizard Mods 3D printed thing.
Oh man, let me see that lizard.
That's sexy, man. Look at that. Goodness gracious. That's a DNA mod, I assume. I saw the front there.
Yeah, they kind of did this unique shit where the buttons are all connected, so they don't really look like buttons, I guess, but they are, you know.
I like it.
It's called
pretty
the
cool.
Lizard. It's called the Lizard mod.
Lizard Box Mods Komodo V2. Or it's the Evolution, sorry. The Evolution.
Yeah, the Lizard
is that a single 30T? Single 21700?
Unfortunately, it's just an 18650, but actually I got these new Molly cells in it.
It's dual though, Scott.
Oh, it's dual. That's what I was wondering. Cause I thought that was a 30T.
It's just a single 18650.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's a nice mod, man. I like that.
Yeah, Blizzard makes some really nice stuff.
You know, I did a review. I did a review on this thing, and I don't know why I just let it. I never really used it, but I don't know. Now I know why I should use it. It's actually pretty nice. It's very nice, dude. It's so tiny, man.
I like it.
That's beautiful, man.
I love that new one they just did with the scroll work on it.
Yeah, I just seen those too, and actually I got a review coming up for them. It's pretty. It's a, I don't know. It's like a, it's a mod, but I don't think it's very. It's not something you'd use every day. I don't want to spoil it.
It might be something you teased a little bit, huh? Is that what I saw you teasing? All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry to interrupt her.
No, that's
Charlie,
all right. And then
did you know I'm the last king? What's that? Oh, look at that. It's got your name on it. Holy cow, what is that?
It's the DNA 75 by Lol Mods out of Finland.
And they put your name on it? They don't. It's like you can get them customed?
Sure. Yep, you could get BlackCat Whiteface on there, man.
Mountaineer Vapes, you can get it custom.
That's fucking sweet. Hold on. What is it? What, you got that out of where?
Out of Finland, man.
That is sweet, dude. I like it.
You could get your logo on there, man. They could do it.
That is really cool. Wow, they customize them. That's perfect.
Now, this
mod.
one is 21,700 all the way down on this one. This is probably the best mod that I have right now. Right now, this one with the biochip on top. That's the single. I'm trying to get some coils, made for that one.
Very
by
nice,
someone
man.
in this room.
I tell you, when we come back to you, we've got to talk about some of these. So you're obviously from your setups, you're a single coil, low roam type vapor. We've talked about a little bit about. We've got to come back to that. I'm really interested in hearing how, like, a lot of this stuff that you use and some of your experiences with it.
Sure, yeah. Absolutely. I would like to talk about that. That's all I'm using right now, but the juices I always use are just mostly these. Keep it 100s.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff.
Boom! I'm vaping really right now.
That's the best one.
I think did the gentleman die who owned that?
Yes, he did actually, but luckily, well, unfortunately, it's a sad thing, but they decided to keep it going even after he passed away. Because for a while, I think they didn't know if they were going to keep going or not. But
I remember that. All right, so Charlie, what are you vaping on down there, Mr. Taco Hat?
I needed to put it on backwards because you couldn't see the tomatoes. There we go. All right, so let's see. I'm vaping on Billet Box with some Salt Nick in there.
Wow.
A little mouth-to-lung
setup. Is that a new Billet Box? Is that a new one? Something new?
No, I've had it for a bit. I'm covering the drip tip because it doesn't match, but it works.
What bridge do you have inside?
I've got the Aspire BVC in here. I need some rebuildables. I've got one coming from a buddy. Shout out to Joe White at NVE. And I may pick up another one, but right now I've just got the Aspire BVCs in there. My spade with the Jenna. My stack with the Ardent that I'm always rocking.
That thing's like a baseball bat.
Yeah, it is. Man, it's a good vape. All right. Charlie's Angels out there.
I saw her. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, baby. I love you. So, Stephen, I'm fortunate. I've got an amazing girlfriend that takes part in our community and stuff, even though she doesn't vape. So
that's actually a very good thing.
Yeah. So I'm vaping on the Stacked Dreamer like always. And, man, this mod surprised me. I knew I was going to like it. I didn't know I was going to like it this much. The Kennedy.
Vindicator.
Yep, Vindicator. Got the Goon on there right now. And it's just my everyday finger when I'm working. And, of course, my two Orions. My Orion's going for my work setup. And my YouTube pod system, and that's it.
Very, very nice. Now, I'm boring. See, I have one setup that I'm using. I just wicked up the Bestia dual coil RDA. So I've got that, my top side. I'm testing it out. This is what I'm going to review next week. First impressions, not that impressed. quite frankly. Very airy. Like, surprisingly airy. I'm, like, kind of taken back by how airy it is. And, yeah, not really much to it. Pain in the ass to install on, too. But I will talk more about that next week.
Is it a 24?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's a 24 millimeter. Absolutely. Every bit of 24 millimeter. Look at it. It's a nice, I mean, it's big.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And then I have the
Go ahead.
Bestia tube, but I just got done cleaning this. I'm not going to use it. So there's my Bestia.
That's cool.
This was sold to me by Dermont. Dermont Dillon sold me that. So I don't know if you can see it that well.
And that Damascus pattern.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah,
It's
this is
actually
the Damascus one. It's a very, very nice. I don't know if I'm ever... I cleaned it. I cleaned the hell out of it the other day, and then I was going to actually wick it up and use it, and I was like, nah, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait.
I'm really glad that you bought that Bestia, because I probably would have ended up buying it if you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to buy something right before NVE. I'm trying to save the buckos.
Especially,
So.
yeah, Bestia is not a cheap.
Yeah, and
not
me
a
and
cheap
Jennifer are going a couple of days early to have some couples time, so it's going to be an expensive trip.
Now, any chance that you will come back engaged, Charlie?
No,
No.
there's not a chance, but there is a chance that I'll be engaged and married soon, but it's not going to be next week.
Not gonna be next week. Are you probably not happy that I just asked you that question, are you?
No, I don't mind at all.
Okay, good. Good.
I took Jennifer her lunch to work yesterday, and people were stopping me in the hallway to tell me about discounts on wedding rings. So we get it a lot.
Discounted. That's exactly what Jennifer wants to hear. Is you're looking at the discounted wedding rings.
Yeah.
I know. I know women. Look at this face. I know women.
Yeah.
I know women. Do you think? Okay, so Mountaineer, let's start out. We're gonna dive right into this. We're in a hot
Okay.
tub.
I get it. Steamy, man.
We're gonna get it steamy. What do you think about women bleaching their anus? Is that something that you're into or not?
I feel like you want like a real answer or like a.
I wouldn't have asked it. It's a serious question. In fact,
Sure.
you're in the hot tub with two other
Yeah,
guys.
it's a serious
No
show.
pants
I
on.
feel like if it really needs it, then yes, they should do it.
They should bleach their anus.
Yes.
Butthole.
Yeah.
How would you
but
know-
I mean, I don't. Maybe if it's like I don't know, a little bit funky, I guess, right?
My question to you, both of you, gentlemen, how would you know that your anus needed bleach? I've never looked at my butthole. I have no idea what it looks like.
Sure.
Have you looked at your
You
butthole
got-
before, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm pretty flexible.
You've looked at your butthole?
Yeah.
So would you know that it needs bleached or not?
Well, I mean, I think that's an opinion. So, I mean, people would probably tell you it should be bleached. People would probably say they don't want to look at my butthole too. But.
I mean, I'm all for a person, a woman, doing what she feels comfortable with, and bleaching of a butthole. If you want to bleach your butthole where you take poops out of, and it makes you feel better about yourself, I can go for it.
Sure.
Go for it. Do you
I
think
agree.
they can't use the bathroom after the bleaching? Is it like you have to wait a couple days, like it'll stain it? Like, they tell you not to drink coffee after you bleach your teeth. How'd you get
Yeah,
teeth
that's
whitening?
true.
Or you're not supposed to poopy for a couple
You
of
probably,
days.
I guess you probably have to put a butt plug in or something.
Butt plug.
I don't think everyone knows this. Yeah, you guys are in the hot tub, but I'm actually black below the belt, so it may look funny on me if I bleach down there. I don't know.
I can attest for that. Charlie, aside from being slightly racist, he's also very well endowed.
Sure. Well, you guys are always in the hot tub together, so I feel like
Pretty
you guys should know that.
Every
Yeah,
Thursday.
exactly right.
Every
Sure.
Thursday.
We're actually
You
in
think
the
it's
hot
weird
tub.
that we sit right next to each other in the hot tub, like almost on each other's laps? Do you think it's weird?
You got to save space, man. You
We're
know what I
very
mean?
comfortable with each other.
Yes.
And Scott likes to play with my feet, and when we sit across from each other, he can't help himself, and I don't like my feet played with in the hot tub, so we just sit there shoulder to shoulder.
He's got the
I
feet
get
of a
it.
Greek god.
Yeah.
This
Greek god.
guy's got some good steppers. For goddamn.
Yeah. Like perfect toes, like toe model.
Toe model.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like a foot model.
Charlie, why don't we take it into the favorite part, my favorite part of the episode, the vape, a little bit of funny news. What's going on? What's in the news?
The funny news, the weird news. I tell you what, dude, the funny news actually is taken off. I think we've started something.
You start? What do you mean?
How so?
I'm watching another show on YouTube, and
there's a funny news show on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a show on YouTube. It's actually a great show by a YouTuber that a few people know, Vape and Fagan. Him
Mark
and Angela.
Fagan. I know Mark Fagan. I don't know him, but I know this. I know his
They
channel.
do a frequently asked questions called "Fuck You."
Fuck
So, fake you, but it's FAQ, which is genius. Fuck You Mondays, but it's a great show. But they're starting a weird news segment, so. I was gonna tell Mark he could use my weird news segment as long as he put a like a ticker with a link to our show across the bottom.
But tell him that we've trademarked that in the vaping community. It's been trademarked. Nobody else can do weird.
with Angela though, and I mean Angela, she's really cool. So hopefully we'll have her on sometime. Yes,
I would love to have Angela. I just adore her and Mark. They're fucking awesome. I hope they come on sometime. I
thought it was funny they did a weird news thing. So.
Yeah, tell Mark to throw us a bone over here, man. We're struggling. We need the views, Mark. Please don't take our gig.
We could do a weird news show together. But
collaboration, man.
That'd be fun. That would be fantastic. You probably won't have him, but that would be awesome. I would love
so, getting into our weird news. The first one, it kind of melted my heart a little bit because I know how the little guy felt. So, funny enough, let's see where this one was. Oh, yeah, I picked this one because it was in Ohio. Do you know where I think it's Middletown, Ohio is?
I do.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So, in Middletown, Ohio, they had a catastrophe. They had a potbelly pig escaped.
Potbelly pig?
Yeah, apparently the pig is a friend of the neighborhood, very friendly potbelly pig, and somebody decided to let it out of the gate to play, and the pig escaped.
Holy cow, escaped.
Yeah, so there was a potbelly pig. The pig's name is Charlotte. So Charlotte got out, and the wonderful law enforcement officers of the town did the right thing. They basically made a barrier with police cars, and they surrounded Charlotte. So Charlotte, they freaking set up a perimeter so Charlotte couldn't get out of the perimeter.
They set up a perimeter for the pig?
Yeah. So no one knew how to catch the pig, and apparently someone, turned out to be the pig's owner, knew the secret. She brought out a package of Oreos. The most stuffed Oreos apparently is a thing. Yeah.
You like those?
She brought out a bag of Oreos, and that was what the pig needed. The pig immediately submitted. She gave the pig a few Oreos, and it sat down with its package of Oreos, and she put the leash on it and took him home. So Charlotte is a bit of a celebrity in Middletown, Ohio, and should probably be sponsored by Oreo.
Could be. You ever, Steve, you ever got in a fight with a pig?
I have not.
They're tough.
Yeah, they got hooves, man.
They're tough. They got big teeth too. Chomp on you.
Sure. Yeah, they'll bite. They'll eat you if you're dead, man.
Fucking eat you.
I know. Back, I'm from Louisiana, and we're kind of a rural area. But one of the things we used to do for fun is get a nice quick pig and coat him in Crisco, and turn him loose and watch all our fellow drunk men and women wrestle a Crisco covered pig. And whoever could get the pig and keep hold of it, whoever could get possession of the pig, won the Crisco pig contest.
Won the Pisco. Is that pretty coveted trophy down there in Louisiana?
Yeah, it's something, man. I think
like
you
Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
Crisco
you get a
pig
belt
trophy.
buckle and everything.
Wait, what did you win?
A belt buckle.
Nice.
I like contests that give out belt buckles. That's fucking awesome.
That sounds like a Texas thing.
So these next two stories, I mean, they kind of, I shouldn't say that reminded me of myself and Jennifer, but we have one that really caught my attention. This one was on NPR. It's serious business.
NPR.
Yep.
Girl Scout cookie, Good Samaritan, accused of federal drug crimes.
Who? Did you say the Girl Scouts?
No, a Girl Scout cookie, Good Samaritan. So, last week, a South Carolina mother put up a post on Facebook that went viral. Apparently, they were out in the cold in one of those winter storms a couple weeks ago selling Girl Scout cookies. And this nice man came up to him and bought 120-something boxes of Girl Scout cookies and said, look, you poor kids are out in the cold selling Girl Scout cookies. I'll take the 120-something boxes of cookies and you can get these kids out of the cold weather. So the lady takes a picture with him, and puts it up on Facebook. Thanks to this Samaritan for getting us out of the cold. So that same individual who bought the cookies has now been arrested. Agent Wade Sparks tells NPR. The man who was identified was one of a group named in a 22-count federal indictment that included conspiracy to distribute cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. So it said it's not clear whether he was arrested because they identified him in the post on Facebook, but the warrant was issued shortly after that.
What have I said from the very beginning? Fuck the Girl Scouts. Don't buy. You can get their cookies way cheaper in Walmart. They're just as good.
Sure. Yeah, I don't agree. I buy Girl Scout cookies by the case.
You do. Wait, I guarantee you mine are exactly the same, and I probably paid about a fourth the amount of money.
I tell you what, I'm not going to let them put that shit on Facebook. That's for damn sure.
Are you wanted by the police, Charlie, by chance?
I'm not wanted by the police.
Not?
No.
I should have asked you that before we started the show.
Sure. I'm not wanted by the police.
I like how Charlie says it so seriously. He's like, not that you know. I'm not wanted by the police.
So apparently the lady from Girl Scouts of America told the Greenville News in South Carolina, we had no reason to believe that this man was anything other than one of our valuable customers that's helping the Girl Scouts power awesome experience through the Girl Scout Cookies program. So apparently he went viral for being a good Samaritan and it bit him in the ass. He's now wanted on multiple 22 felony counts, or he's arrested on 22 felony counts.
Should have never bought the cookies, man.
Yeah, shouldn't have took the cookies. Got him. He was probably on a keto diet, and it's freaking keto karma that caught up with him.
Keto karma.
Well, I don't fuck with diets either. So the next one I could totally see probably happening to us. 2 people arrested after buffet brawl over crab legs.
Oh, that my wife would be involved in that.
Jennifer too. We went to the buffet a few weeks ago, last weekend, and we were like running people off the highway to try to make it to the buffet in time to get the crab legs. She's a mad bandit when it comes to crab legs, and so is this lady. So, Alabama police say a dispute over crab legs at a dinner buffet ended in a brawl that left 2 people facing misdemeanor charges.
Wow.
It's kind of funny. If these mugshots are correct, it's this really gangster woman and this little old man. Huntsville police officer Gerald Johnson says he was eating at the Meteor Buffet restaurant when a fight broke out. Johnson told WHN-TV that diners were using service tongs like fencing swords. So apparently they were fencing and fighting with the tongs and I guess using the plates as shields. So
that's fantastic.
Wait, was this in West Virginia?
Let's see. No, it was in Alabama.
Oh.
So tongs were flying, plates were breaking. So the cop said he looked up with the fencing swords, tongs, and plates shattering, and the woman was beating the man. So Johnson says, like, this makes it okay. Johnson says diners had been waiting in line for crab legs for more than 10 minutes, and they lost their tempers once the food came out. The station reports Chiquita Jenkins is charged with assaulting Mr. Chapman, who suffered a cut on his head. Chapman was charged with disorderly conduct. Court records aren't available to show whether either person has a lawyer. And just for the record, all individuals here are innocent until proven guilty in the crime of crab leg tongue fencing.
You know, Chiquita Johnson, if you're watching, contact me if you need to talk to anybody about that crime, because my wife will probably be able to talk to you about it, because she'd be right there with you. If somebody stole her crab legs, she would fence them as well. Dogs.
It would take a brave soul to steal a crab leg from Jennifer. I can tell you that. I'd feel for that.
People are serious about some crab legs, huh?
Oh, God, yeah.
All right, so that's it for our news today.
Excellent. I need a sound effect that's like a typewriter when you do the news. I'm going to start that. Let me write that down. I'm
going to make a little bumper too. So
get sound effects.
I guess when I build my new computer, I'll make sure I get an Anchorman on my green screen. It's like I'm sitting at a news desk. So.
That would be fantastic. I can't run well, I'm getting a new computer, Charlie. Do you know that? I'm getting a new computer.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm buying a computer off of Stand Up 3D Jesse.
Yeah, I highly recommended that.
And that is going to be my new computer that I've been talking about getting for like the last 3 months.
Yeah.
I finally found one at a reasonable price.
Is it an IBM?
No, I don't think so. Who has IBM? Does IBM still make computers?
I don't know, man.
Just so you know, Steven, Scott basically streams the show from a typewriter right now.
Nice.
Anything is an improvement over what we've had.
I'm high tech.
Sure.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's stepping his game up, though.
I don't know, man. I had an IBM in like grade school. It was like giant. It's like the size of a small house.
Oh man, remember when computers didn't even have flat screen monitors?
Sure.
Big CRTs.
I am getting no flavor from this RDA at all. None. Absolutely none. Like, I don't know what. My coils are saturated. The wicks are saturated. Everything looks fantastic.
Say, did you put cotton in it?
God damn it.
Are there batteries in it?
Flavor. Let's roll into this conversation about really, however you want to take it, Steve. If you want to talk about single coil RDAs, dual coil, what are some atomizers that you use on the reg? Do people still say on the reg?
Sure, we do.
What
on the reg?
On the reg. What are some atomizers you use consistently on the reg?
On the rag or on the reg?
On the reg. On the reg.
Speaking of on the rag, I'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, we got another story about it. We got to hold that one up till the end.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the RDAs that I use is what you're asking?
Yeah. Well, give me a couple atomizers. Why you like them? Which ones?
Right now, I have different ones for like. I feel like right now the Wicked is what I've been using for a lot of dessert type flavors, and I feel like it's been coming through pretty well. But my usual RDA, they're all typically the same, I would say. I mean, if you were to see both of them, they're both single coil.
Okay, which one's the Wicked?
This one right here.
That one's the Wicked. All right, and let me see it again. Put it back up for me, please. Okay. So you have airflow in from one side?
Just single-sided airflow on that one.
All right. And then where's the other one? What's the other one?
The biochip.
Now, I've never heard of the biochip.
It's a hard one to find. It's like one of them ones where not a lot of people know about. I just happened to see it one day, and I was like, man, I got to get that. And then I finally got it, and it's probably, if I quit vaping tomorrow, this would be the last RDA I would ever use.
Wow. That good.
Yes. Well, it depends, because both of you guys, do you prefer a lot of airflow or a little bit of airflow?
I'm a dual coil guy, so I
I kind of go both ways with my single coil.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll build for tight airflow, and sometimes I like her wide open. Like on the Jenna, for instance, I run more airflow with a pretty hot coil.
Sure.
And then I like a nice mouth along with tight airflow though.
You run it wide.
Yes.
Running it wide.
I think an RDA that everybody typically would like, and it's a good starter RDA for single coil, is the basic 1.1. I don't have one on my desk right now, but it's the same basic concept. The airflow comes in from the top and it comes and hits the coil from the sides, or you could make it hit it so it's a bottom airflow too. And I don't know, you know, I typically find the best flavor for me when something's really condensed. Like that's the top cap on it. I mean, there's like no space in there for anything but the coil, you know.
Business in there.
So, I mean, what's something you had a question about?
Well, I guess so. A lot of these RDAs, okay, like the biochip. I've never heard of that. How do you go about? Are there places that you find like blogs about stuff like that, or do you like look on Facebook, or just word of mouth? Then how do you go about getting something like that?
Facebook is definitely the best way to go about it, because I feel like once you start joining all the Facebook groups and stuff, you'll start to see more single coil RDAs that are harder to find elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then you can delve into it that way. And they're usually, you can kind of tell once you've been vaping for a little while which ones are going to be decent, which ones are going to be not so decent, I guess.
You got to have the Facebooks, man.
Yep.
It's like it's critical as far as getting into these really cool mods and addies that are done by straight from a manufacturer, a small run builder. That's the kind of stuff that I've really been liking to find and get into.
Now, something else that I've noticed as of late is more RDAs like this are coming out, like the Wicked, that are becoming more affordable, and they're giving you a vape like a super high end RDA. So I like that too. That, you know, and you get a lot of options. Like if you don't like these 3 airflows, it comes with 2 other options for a wide open or a like middle of the road direct lung.
Yeah, and I love the fact that the Wicked is, I mean, its retail is what, $49, something like that?
I don't know. I think I paid, I want to say it was in the 60s.
In the 60s? Yeah, it's real inexpensive for something that's built like a high-end device like that.
Sure.
I really like that. I like the availability. I thought it was really cool the way they played up the whole thing with the Panda.
Yes.
I thought that was freaking genius marketing when it came out. But the Wicked's on my list. It's one of the reasons that I actually set up Facebook a few days ago.
And that's not like on Vapor DNA or anything like that? You actually have to get it from the Facebook group?
You did. I don't know about now.
I think I've seen, they might be moving them out to places like Vapin Art. I don't know if you ever heard of Vapin Art. It's a website, VAPIN, and then art. And it typically has stuff. Sure. It has these types of RDAs. But I don't know, because I feel like this one is right now only on the group, but they do them in bigger batches. It's not like small batches. I mean, they're medium-sized batches, you know.
Did Squonk America do a group buy on those or not?
I think so. I think they did end up running one. That's another place too. If you like finding single coils and just any kind of hard to find stuff, that's a good place to go to.
Yeah.
Squonk America.
Did you have a Jenna?
I did. Yep. I do.
What do you think of the Jenna? Charlie and I both have the Jenna.
Well, I felt like it wasn't my vape style. I felt like this juice, for some reason, really did well in it. And I feel like because it's a sweeter juice, so I could air it out a little bit. And I don't know. When I go for single coil, I try to go for a juice that's not too sweet, because it's already going to be a condensed vape. It's going to be something to where you're going to get flavor for the most part, no matter what, as long as you put in a build that suits a certain juice or a build that, you know, suits that RDA, then you could somewhat get the flavor that you like, you know?
Yeah.
But the Jenna was good. I felt like it wasn't for me. I thought there was a lot of airflow in it for what I like. So, I mean, for what it was, I think it's a different aspect to single coil that's nice to see.
So yeah, totally. And I think that's one of the reasons that Scott and I liked it a lot, is because it's built with so much flavor, and that airflow is unique, but it's still wide open and you can run a really hot build in it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I really like that RDA a lot. So I got a question just came in chat. Frank asked. I'm watching the chat, guys, by the way. I'm watching.
My chat's
so if you ask a question,
moving.
he asked, what's the best dual battery mod under $100? You want to take this one first, Steve? We'll go around.
Dual battery for under $100? Ooh. Actually, you know which one I really liked, and people are probably going to give me shit for it, was the Nicola Niagara. I got it from 3F Vape. It's a dual battery, just a squonk mod, and I liked it a lot. It was one of my favorites, to be honest, and it was something I took with me everywhere.
Was it a parallel mech squonk pod or adjustable wattage?
Regulated one. I don't.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you mostly vape regulated, huh?
Yes.
I'm that way too, especially with my squonks.
Sure.
SQ, but all my other ones. I've got to say, in my opinion, the top side.
Top side dual.
Yeah, I know they were looking for something different, but in my opinion, you can't beat it for the money. The build quality is stupendous. Now it's big and heavy, and there's a lot of smaller. Yeah, I don't know if he wanted a squonk, and that's a good point. Steve Nakin or Nakin, he told me. Nakin.
Stephen, yeah, you're making love.
So, Frank, is it squonk or non-squonk that you're wanting?
I think if you're going dual battery, at least right now, like anything that's come out relevant lately, hey, it's a topside dual, is my opinion. It's all I use. Is my topside dual. I mean, I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I tell you what though, I just bought this mod for $50. This is a SQ.
That's cool.
I'm sorry, not SQ. SL class mini, Q class mini, and they were expensive when they came out. It's a dual battery 18650. It's like a kind of a C-frame design. It's got a zinc frame. If you can find these like I did for $50, it's a nice banger. I don't like it as much as my DNA mods, but for $50, dual 18650, you can't beat it.
Fantastic, yeah.
I mean, the 510 is amazing on it. It's built really well.
I remember when this came out, those things were really nice and they were really costly. Yeah. So there's been some places running great sales on it.
I went with, I basically have only been using dual battery squonkers, and the two that I Rage is one I used for a long time, and I loved my Rage. And then when I got the topside dual, I used that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, really, any dual coils that are dual batteries that I used. And I mean, I used the V-God, the V-Pro by V-God. I used that for a long time. I really like that one. That's not really anything relevant. It's a good mod though, and you can get them like $75, I think. That one works really well. Hell, they still work. But I can't really think of anything else that I've actually used like in the last year. The V-Boy, I had the V-Boy for a while. That thing worked that thing was pretty great.
See, I feel like everything that's relevant right now is squonk oriented,
Yeah, a lot of people have gone over to squonking, and I was late to the squonk train, and I got used to it, man. And it lets you run a dripper, but have that juice with you all the time. Yep. I mean, it gives you the convenience of a tank, but the vape of a dripper. So I've been all about the squonks, and I've got my haze mods. They're single battery, so. Yeah, they're not under $100 either.
No.
Are there 21700s? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now, do you guys prefer single or dual battery then?
5C.
Dual.
Yeah.
Only single battery I use are mechs. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I typically like duals too. It just depends. I like single batteries in my squonkers. Like the top side. I'm running a single battery topside for my all-day vape when I'm out of the house because I don't leave with I vape my spade in the house. I don't take my spade with me when I go out like working and shit like that. So
how's that spade compared to the SQ?
Well, it's regulated. It's a DNA.
Oh, the spade is regulated?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a DNA 75, isn't it?
Yeah, they make an unregulated spade also. Right. This is the DNA 75.
How would you compare the SQ to any other unregulated squonk? Single battery, obviously.
It's great. It's a light mod. It's mass produced and easy to get. It's a little bit pricey to me.
Right, you're talking 250, right? 250, 275.
Yeah, I think they range from like maybe 220 to 275, something like that. It hits like a truck. You can pick them up anywhere. But there's a lot of single battery, unregulated squonker mods out there now. It really depends on your style. If you like a metal, a nice metal mod that's not too heavy, it it's like a freaking freight train, and it's very customizable. It's great.
We had one of those up for Waffle, and it went really quick. Like, people love that mod. I've never had one, but I know people do really enjoy that mod a lot.
The SQ.
Yeah, Scott Zegan's had that red one up for Waffle. Freaking gorgeous. They're coming out with some cool colors now. But
well, I think it fits nice. It fits nicely with the finger grips and everything. It just looks like it's a very ergonomic looking mod.
it is. It's very comfortable in the hand, and it'll hold a bigger RDA if you want. Like the Rebirth just fits up there great, in my opinion. Or you can run a smaller RDA that keeps a real short, compact design. So the SQ is a banger. It's just when you're spending that much money, in my opinion, it has to be what you're looking for.
Sure, I agree with that.
Have you guys seen the? So somebody just actually, there's a dual battery pulse squonk, right?
Yep.
Have you guys tried that yet?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
I've seen some reviews on it. It kind of reminds me of like the G box and stuff, you know. But
does it?
Yeah, it's very robust looking. Let's put it that way.
And for the guys in chat asking about where I got that that Yeehee mod, the store I bought it from, there was a couple left. We bought them both. Shout out to Robert Strelli for giving me the heads up. But it was called 3D Vapor. I haven't bought from them before, but they've got some storefronts in different places, and they have websites. And that's where I bought it. That's where I got my Yeehee from.
Did you see in the chat that Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat?
Oh yeah.
I didn't, but that's a very good point.
Hey, that's Tommy Vapors. Thank you. Tommy always spread knowledge. And good picks.
Dropping that cheese.
He's always spread knowledge and pornography.
Sure.
Typically in that order.
That's the best knowledge there is.
Good to see you, Tommy. Why don't we do that? Let me go through and say hi to a few people out in the chat that joined us. Thanks, everybody, for getting here. We got about 66 people in here.
Sure.
Join us.
Yes,
MP Mac, what's up? Matt Gunther. Jeff S., hard name to say. Joseph, what's up? Joseph, how you doing? Joshua, what's going on? Tony Berry. Tommy Vapors. Lime Dog Chris. Tracy, what's happening? Lady Louisiana, how are you? JFM. Randy, what's going on? Steve
Hello,
Bacon
Randy.
from Bacon is here. Dustin Kendall. Minnesota Clouds, what's happening, man? And that's about all I see. I can't see the list. I can only see people who are chatting. Chevy Man, what's going on, dude? Thanks, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it. All right.
They say you must really like me because you never serve snacks.
Never serve snacks.
Yeah.
We have tacos.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true, yeah.
Sure. My favorite.
So if you had to pick your top atomizers right now, what would you pick? What are, like, give me your top three. These
Are
are
you
ones that
asking?
you own or don't own or had owned or previous, whatever.
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I do like the basic 1.1 a lot. I like the Goon 25 or the 22 millimeter one. Actually, I still like that every once in a while in single coil mode.
The LP Goon?
No, the old Goon, it was the 22 millimeter of the original.
Yeah.
But I like that, man. That one's
Do you
one,
really?
one of my favorites, man, in single coil. And then, like I said, this is probably my favorite right now. Is just this one.
I've got to check that one out.
Yeah, I'm gonna find one now that you've told me that you like it that much.
I got a review, but it's old. It's an old review, so I mean it's way back in the catalog.
I
To go back and watch it.
Where is my vape mail? I have some vape mail I wanted to open. Let me see if
I was
can
about
find
to ask you about that. It's getting late in the show.
it. Let me find it if I can. Oh, here it is. I got a little vape mail in. I'm gonna bring you guys down, let you guys take a look at it. You guys can keep talking. I'll just kind of interrupt you.
Nice one with your fancy camera work.
Let's see how this works. There we go. All right,
Tony,
first
I
vape.
had like a Skyfall too, just to say I had one. Go ahead, Scott.
This is from Anarchy Coiled. Now, he's going to be a featured builder here on the Vapor 5. And he sent me, let's see what all's in here. Oh my God, he sent me a ton of coils. Holy cow.
Anarchy's one of our Blackcatfam over in the Patreon.
Absolutely.
I really like AC. He's really cool.
Fantastic dude, man.
He hangs out with us. Comes to the after show parties. Shout out to the after show today.
Yeah, we're doing an after show. Anybody who's in the Patreon, jump over to the Zoom room when we're done. We will be in there hanging out. These are our staple Staggertons, it looks like. Or these are staple Stagger Fuse Claptons. Look at that, how beautiful they are. I can't really see.
Those are super clean.
Zoom that in just a bit more.
Beautiful, man.
Look
nice.
at all these coils he sent me. Holy cow.
Damn, there's a lot of wraps in that coil.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to with that much. There's a lot of ribbon in it, but he sent me all kinds of stuff. We got Stable Stagger Fuse Claptons, Aliens, Frailien, Aliens, all kinds of great stuff. Thank you, Mr. Anarchy Coiled. You, sir, are amazing. Cannot wait to feature you, my brother. I will put you on the list right now. And then I've got a very, very special package I'm opening next. Let me update my list here. Something new turn in the feature show. Something brand new that we're going to do. So we got AC coming up. This package here is from Miss Selena. Miss Selena will be the very first female feature on the Vape at 5.
Another Patreon.
Another patron, absolutely. So
He's
let's see what else in here.
Way down yonder, I think in New Zealand, maybe.
Look at that. Little New Zealand magnet. That will be going on my fridge. Thank you very... I don't know. Maybe that's not for me. Maybe that's for the winner. I don't know.
No, it's for your co-host.
It's for your... No, it's not for you. Might be for you. I don't know. I'm going to open this up. Little frame staple there. Full of cotton. Look at that. Nice little container she put them in. That's it. Let me tell you, you guys can't see this. This is a gorgeous frame staple. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. It is. I'm really impressed. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's a little note. I will set to the side. Okay. And then, ooh, some more coils in here.
C hangs out with us in Zoom a lot, and man, she's always building.
Absolutely.
Her work is amazing, but C is a real cool chick.
All right, so this is an interlock alien. Won't be able to see it. You can kind of see it. That is an interlock alien, guys. And it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Wow.
Interlock Frailien is what she did. Frame staple. Look at this.
Now,
Thank
what
you
coils like that? What do they usually ohm out at?
You know, it's hard to say. I would have to know what they were made of. It doesn't say here what they are, but typically a Frailien, if it's nichrome 80, probably 0.1 or around 0.09, somewhere down in there.
Sure.
Unless you really beef it up with a lot of ribbon, then you could really drop it. You could drop it all the way down to 0.05 if you wanted to. I mean, you could drop it as low as you want, but typically they come in around 0.1. So that is my vape mail, which I'm actually very, very pleased with. I'm very excited for these two features. Let me get these all updated here, and I will read. Where's my macro?
I got a little bit of vape mail too.
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see what you got.
Finish yours first.
All right, so featured builders coming up are Builds by Talents this week. Vaping Elevator Guys next week. Rick McCraw is the week after that. AJ Holland, Anarchy Coiled, and Miss Selena. Those are our next 2 months of featured builders. So that is where we're going moving forward. So let's see your vape mail there, Charlie.
Special shout out to Jay on this one because he helped me. I'll tell a funny story next week, but I got the Black Jenna.
Nice.
Ah, very nice.
So I've been working on trying to get this since it came out, and I've had hell with missing it because they didn't make very many of them, and that's probably the hardest Addy I've worked for to get. And finally worked out, and I was able to pick one up. So that came in. Haven't built it yet. But it's special after working that hard for it, so I was freaking stoked about it.
Hey, show that mod again, man. It looked nice.
It's a haze mod.
Yeah, that looks clean, man. Together with the black and the red and the black on the Addy, it looks nice.
Yeah, I kind of threw it together right now, right before the show, trying to decide how it looked. I've got a really nice 810 that I think might match it up even better. But
Sure.
also, you guys and Steve, if this may be a little big for your Addy, Steve, but these heavy tips that Heavy Metal Vapor did, with Half Moon mods, man, they're freaking comfortable. They look good.
I think they look fantastic.
But the recurve drip tip was one of my favorites as far as fitment, and I never thought I would tell another man how good his tip felt in my mouth. This thing is
sometimes you have to do it, man.
I think orders on these tips end like tomorrow. I want to say March 1st. So you guys check out the heavy tips. I really recommend picking one up if you like a style kind of like the recurve drip tip.
Where can you find the heavy tips at?
You're gonna have to go. I should have known before I said anything. I'm one of his Patreons, but they have a Google Doc spreadsheet at Half Moon Mods that you go fill out with. They have like 80 different blocks. You pick what color you want, what block you want, and all that.
Awesome.
So
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about them. I don't have any, but I heard they're fantastic.
Yeah, it's a banger. I
wish they had 510 versions.
KBN jumped in. Jeff Lawman is in the house. Nick Devine has jumped in. And
hello.
Josh Rose. What's happening, Josh Rose?
This 810 is like bowled out, which really condenses the flavor, Stephen. And so we've been talking about how nice a 510 to get that way would be. So
that's what I mean.
If they made a 510 with the same design.
I mean, I think you would, I don't know, when I see drip tips like that, they look nice because they're a bigger drip tip so you can kind of see all the detail.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were to make a drip tip like that, I mean, it would still look super nice, but it would be maybe harder to make and maybe the detail wouldn't be there as much.
Yeah, it wouldn't stand. I mean, it wouldn't stand out as much. One problem is your acrylic details would probably need to be a little smaller so you could see the stripes and stuff nice, but I think it can be done. I've seen some that I really like.
Big 510s. What's up? How you doing, man?
This one isn't anything special, and it's a bit tall. It came with the Addy that Addy Tooney gave me, but you can see the detail in it.
Yeah, that's super nice, man.
So it's definitely possible with 510s with acrylic. So Jeff just put in chat that there's a group on Facebook, Heavy Metal and Nicotine, and they've got the stuff to order, the heavy tips there. But wanted to shout them out because I think the ordering does end for them tomorrow. It was a limited run thing, but they've been incredibly way more popular than people expected. And it's cool. You order it and you pick your block and they freaking go machine it right then and ship it out within a few days. It's cool, their process.
That's fantastic. So they actually have little blocks that they actually make. They wind them out for you as soon as you order it, huh?
Yep. They throw them on the CNC machine made to order.
That's fantastic.
For the drip tips?
Yeah.
I thought they came in like little rods.
You mean the acrylic blocks?
You're talking about stab wood?
When they start for raw material? Yeah. Yeah, these are they're acrylic. They look like stab wood, but they're acrylic. And they start out as chunks of material and then they CNC them down.
Cool.
Which is impressive because you would think looking at it like, wow, that's smoother than a CNC would do. But nope, they CNC every one of them.
Yeah, I've never did a custom drip tip order in my life. I probably should. I just use what comes in the box.
Yeah, so I tell you what surprised me. I threw the Black Jenna. Another guy requested it, Billy, the Black Jenna on top of the Kennedy.
Yeah.
Like they were finished at the same place. The black matches so good. And I never would have put a Jenna on a mech mod, but I think I'm going to do a build for that one to match.
I think it'd go over pretty well. There's enough airflow. You could put a nice build in there that it would work.
Yep. So I'm going to try that out, but it just surprised me how well the matte black matched on the Vindicator matte black coating with the Black Jenna.
Yeah, I was saying, so the Zoom room, I'll put the Zoom room in Discord so all the patrons can get to it after the show if you guys want to join. Anybody wants to come in the room after we're done here in about 4 minutes, we'll be in there for a little bit bullshitting.
And I fucked up my airflow. Of course. All right.
So,
all right, well, why don't we wrap it up here, guys? We're almost done. And I want to give Steve, I want to give Mountaineer Vapes a little time to tell us where you can find us and where we can find you at and how we can subscribe to your channel and check out some of his reviews.
Sure, I would love to. You can find me over. You can find me on Mountaineer Vapes on YouTube, and I also just started a group on Facebook. It's Mountaineer Vapes as well. We just started that up. I'd like to get some of y'all in there. You guys can come talk about whatever. We don't censor. We don't ban you for stuff you say if we don't like it. It's just somewhere you can go chill, hang out. If you there's some group buys going on in there as well. But yeah, that's where you can find me mostly. I do a lot of reviews on higher end type stuff. But if you tell me something you want to see reviewed, I might possibly do that as well. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you came on here, dude. Thank you very much for taking the time and coming on here with us today. Really good time.
Yeah. Mountaineer Vapes does reviews, but they do a live show on Monday nights. You guys go check them out.
It's fantastic. Sure. I've been on it a couple times. It's really good.
Great show. You're making me blush, man.
It's a good show.
Charlie, any parting words for the audience here, Mr. Taco?
I didn't want to cover it on the news, but if anyone's interested, check out the chick who covers herself in period blood on Instagram. You can do a little Google search. That's a thing now, showing that feminine pride.
Sure.
I think that's about it. Thank you guys for joining the show. I appreciate it. Come back next week. We got some really cool guests lined up. So
absolutely. Next week we have Johnny Drips will be our guest on the Vape Hot Tub. He'll be getting in the hot tub with us. Pretty excited for that. Thanks everybody for joining today. Really appreciate it. Love you guys. Tomorrow we're going to be on the YouTubes for about a half hour, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to pull a roster, and then we're going to go over to the Facebook page and have Rigged Friday. So if you're not a member of the Facebook page, jump in there to get into the giveaways. To enter the giveaway this week, you have to go to Builds by Talon's Instagram page and repost a picture with the hashtag BlackCatFam. So that's how you enter. Then tomorrow on Facebook, we'll give it away. But we will start here first and then head over there. Tonight on the YouTubes, you have... What's on tonight, Charlie? Help me out here.
Tonight is, I believe... Yeah, the Vape team is on tonight. Thursdays. There's another Thursday show. I suck at this.
I do too. I always forget. Yeah. I have a list. I need to find it.
I watch every night, so I just watch what comes on usually. But the only two that I know is the Vape Hot Tub on Thursday and Mountaineer Vape Show on Monday. I never miss. So.
Stopgap. Stopgap is on tonight at, I believe it's on at 9 o'clock. Stopgap is. So check that out. Tomorrow we will do, like I said, the giveaways. Thanks, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it, as I always do. Love you guys. If you're in recovery, stay strong, and I promise I will too. We will see you tomorrow. Later, guys.
After show.
After show. After show.
After show.